Hello dear student, this is Mohammad Delrashan and welcome you all to my new video class. This time also I have come up with a new class on English first paper, and this class is applicable for the students of class 11 and 12. So we have selected for today's discussion a new chapter, and that is Bangladesh is in Italy. This chapter belongs to Unit 9, Lesson 3. So let's have a look on the learning outcome of this chapter. After we have studied this lesson, we will be able to talk about Bangladeshi diaspora, read, comprehend and summarize a text, infer meaning from the context, answer some question, perform group presentation. So before entering the discussion, let us try to get some meaning of new words. First comes amazing, extremely surprising, estimates, roughly calculate, quantity or extent of, trinkets, a piece of jewelry that is cheap or of low quality, protestation, when somebody says something forcefully, haggling, argument, bargaining over price, reverse to contrary of something, mini flea market, a market set out dress that sells second hand or cheap goods, frugally, being carefully while using money or food, exceed to be greater than something, entrepreneurship, act of organizing or operating. So these are some word meanings. Whenever you go through the text, you will get some other new words. You are requested to take the meaning from a good dictionary and of course try to take the contextual meaning of the words. So let's jump to the text of the chapter. Bangladesh is in Italy, Unit 9, Lesson 3. In this chapter, we have a narrator, and he is Mr. Ihtesham Kobir. Ihtesham Kobir had a long cherished dream to visit Italy, to see the lifestyle of Bangladeshi people living there, and he had nourished that dream for long 20 years, and after a certain period his dream came into reality and he visited Italy, and he was astonished to see the presence of Bangladeshi in Italy. Ihtesham Kobir visited almost all the major cities in Italy like Rome, Florence, Venice and Siena. He found the presence of Bangladeshi in Rome, Florence and Venice, but he didn't find them in Siena. So in all three cities, Bangladeshi people were found conducting or running small or medium-sized businesses. Dear students, in Bangla town, we saw Bangladeshi people were the owner of restaurants and other highly qualified marketplace or shops. But in Italy, Bangladeshi people were found conducting small or medium-sized businesses. Like in Rome, Bangladeshi people were found selling handbags, sunglasses or tourist materials on the streets. In Florence, Bangladeshi people were found running Indian-looking things or monihori dukan, and this type of shops are not an example of large scale business. Bangladeshi people had to pass their days in extreme hardship. So in Florence, the narrator found them running Monohori Dukan, but apparently from the outside the shops look like Indian or selling Indian things, but whenever the writer entered the shops, he found that the owner of the shops was Bangladeshi, and he had a lot of such types of shops around the cities. In Venice, Bangladeshi people were found selling trinkets like little puppets made from balloons, and they sell them in different places like on the Academy Bridge or in San Marco Square. So whenever our writer or the narrator Ihtesham Kobir came in contact with them. They were incredibly kind and polite. The writer visited Italy along with some of his friends. So, Bangladeshi people living in Italy entertained the writer and his friends with some cokes and ice creams, and the writer and his friends bought some items from them, but they took a little price, or they sold the items to our writers in a cheap price. So according to our writers, it was a kind of a haggling in reverse. Whenever the writer tried to pay them a good amount of money, they refused. So haggling in reverse means usually in our everyday life the seller demand higher price, but in case of the people living in Italy, the seller demanded to the writers lower price, but the writers wanted to give them higher price. So according to writer, this is haggling in reverse. And the writer has given us an example. In Rome, one of the sellers sold a sunglass to the European customer at 18 euro, but the same seller sold a sunglass to our writers only at 4.5 euros. So they did everything just out of love, and they showed extreme kindness and politeness to our writers and his friends, because they went to Italy to see the Bangladeshi people living there, and as a result they entertained them, as well as they sold different kind of things at a cheaper price. So on the left of the screen, dear students, there is a picture of a mini flea market of Bangladeshi stalls at the Tiburtina station in Rome. So at one of the shops, our writers fell into a discussion of the business, and from them the writer came to know that they had to pay 1000 to 2000 euros a month to rent each stall. According to them, the work is very hard, and Bangladeshi people living in Italy had to pass their days in extreme hardship, and they cannot spend money luxuriously, and they had to save money because they have some responsibility. They have relatives living in Bangladesh. They have to save money, and they send the saving money to their relatives in Bangladesh. One seller in Venice informed the writer that he could save 100 euros per month, but in order to do so he had to maintain a lot of conditions. So they, as I told you earlier, they could not spend money lavishly, and they had to save money. So according to the writers, he was inspired by the entrepreneurship, and he was little bit touched by the generosity they showed to our writers. And towards the end of the chapter, the writer is hoping that their diaspora would come true soon. That means Bangladesh people had left their motherland for a certain purpose, to lead a better life, to earn money and send the money to their relatives living in Bangladesh. So the writer is wishing that their diaspora, that means for why did they migrate to Italy, would come to soon. So this is the chapter in brief, dear students. You are requested to go through the text, then you will be able to answer all the questions based on the text. So after completing the chapter, you will get some important points. First of all, Ihtisham Kabir. As we have come to know, Ihtisham Kabir is the narrator, and he is a Bangladeshi visitor. He went to Italy to see the lifestyle of Bangladeshi people living in Italy, and he visited some of the major cities in Italy. First comes Rome, and in Rome Bangladeshi people were found selling tourist materials. In Florence, Bangladeshi people were running Monohori Dukan. In Venice, Bangladeshi people were selling trinkets on the streets, and the writer didn't found them in Siena. And all the people were found, Bangladeshi people especially, were found running small and medium-sized businesses in Italy. And they were very much kind and polite to our writers as well as his friends, because they entertained them with cook and ice cream, and they sold different items to our writers and his friends at a cheaper rate, though the writer wanted to give him much or give them much, but they didn't take the money. And we have also got the reference of mini flea market, where usually old and second hand items were sold. And we have got the reference of some important places like Academy Bridge, San Marco Square, Tiburtina Station. And from the chapter we have come to know that all the people living in Italy, especially the Bangladeshi, were passing their days in extreme hardship. They have to earn money and they have to save the money, and they send the saving to their relatives living in Bangladesh. So let's try to do some task depending on the topic or chapters. First comes MCQ, and very much naturally in our examination 5 question will be set, and we have to, and each question contains 4 options. We have to choose the right answer from the alternatives. First comes, what is the meaning of the word trinkets in the passage? The options are huge furniture, a large dress, a costume, piece of jewelry. You have to choose the right one. At number B, what is the meaning of the word frugal in the passage? Economical, extravagant, spending too much, parsimonious. At number C, why do Bangladeshis try to save money? To send money to whom? To make saving, to start a business, or to study? In the passage, haggling in reverse refers to haggling where the seller claimed low price, haggling where the seller claimed the higher price, haggling where the seller claims right price, haggling where the seller claims fixed price. At E, we have got, what does the author mean by the expression their diaspora comes too soon? Their business in Italy will be successful, their citizenship in Italy will be permanent, their staying abroad will be successful, they will be permanently dispersed. So, and then we have got questions, and we will get 5 questions. Each question carries 2 marks. So at number A, we have got, what are some of the occupation of Bangladeshis the author met in Italy? How was the author treated by the expatriate Bangladeshis? What kind of bargaining took place between the author and some of these Bangladeshis? What kind of saving do these Bangladeshis make, and what do they do with them? What is the author's feelings about these expatriate Bangladeshis? So, as I advised you in our early videos, try to write down the answer in your own language from your understanding, and of course try to answer them in brief. Then we have flowchart and summary. At number 2, flowchart will be set, and flowchart carries 10 marks. Make a flowchart showing how Bangladeshi people are earning, especially professional, in Italy. Number 1 has been done for you. Running small and medium-sized businesses around the city. Dear students, we have got the reference that they are selling tourist materials, handbags. They are running Monohori Dukan. They are selling trinkets, passing their days in extreme hardship. So try yourself. Hopefully, you will be able to write down the answer. Then comes summary. So, as it is always said, you are advised to write down the summary, of course in brief and from your understanding using your own language. Summary also carries 10 marks. Then I have set a without clue for you, and it is also based on the text. So if you go through the text carefully and try to understand all the fact, you will be able to answer or fill the gap of the without clues. So don't worry, try to answer first by yourself and then try to check the answer, because towards the end of the video I have added the answers of MCQ, flowchart and without clue. So there are 10 gaps. Each gap contains 1 mark. Try yourself and then check your answer from the given answer. So all the gaps or the passage is based on the text, and then try yourself and check the answer. So there are the answer. First of all, we have got the answer of MCQ. I have left the answer of the question for your homework. Flowchart, there are 6 points. 1 point is given and you have to make other 5 points. At number 3 we have got summary. I have also left out the answer of summary as your homework. And then at number 5 we have got the answer of without clue. So in case of without clue, answer may vary, so it doesn't matter, but if your answer is appropriate, the examiner will take it, accept it, don't worry. So try to go through the text and answer all the questions. So dear student, this is all about the chapters. Stay at home, stay safe. Thank you. Hopefully I will be able to appear with new video very soon. Thanks all.